Hook 1. Have you ever wondered if everything in your life, whether it's joyful or painful, has a deeper purpose? What if I told you that, according to Buddhism, there's no such thing as random events? What if every experience, no matter how small, was part of a greater plan? Hook 2. Life is constantly changing, right? Just like the seasons, our emotions, relationships, and even our bodies. But what if I told you that understanding this never-ending flow is the key to finding peace? Buddhism teaches us that nothing is permanent, and this principle of change can unlock the door to true tranquility. Hook 3. And then there's karma, the powerful, invisible law that shapes every moment. Accepting impermanence is liberating. It frees us to enjoy the present moment without the fear of losing it. It helps us face challenges with the understanding that they too will pass. If everything is in constant transformation, then no difficult moment is permanent. It's merely another step in the journey. True peace isn't found in avoiding change. It's found in learning to flow with it. When we stop fighting against reality and instead embrace detachment, we discover a quiet tranquility that's independent of external circumstances. And here's where karma enters the picture. What if I told you that everything you do, every thought, every word, every action, creates ripples that affect your life and the world around you? This is the essence of karma, one of Buddhism's core teachings. But karma isn't about punishment or divine retribution. It's a natural law, as reliable as gravity. Just like throwing a stone into a lake, our actions send ripples. Karma doesn't just affect our individual lives. It has a collective impact as well. Our actions extend far beyond ourselves, influencing our families, communities, and even the world. When we cultivate values like generosity and empathy, we don't just improve our own lives, we create a more harmonious environment for everyone. This interconnectedness is at the heart of karma. Our choices shape the world around us. Another crucial aspect of karma is intention. Buddhism teaches that the motivation behind an action matters just as much as the action itself. Helping someone for personal gain creates a different energy than helping them out of pure compassion, even if the external actions are the same. The energy we generate with each act is unique, and Buddhism emphasizes that we should always be mindful of our intentions. Throughout our lives, we've accumulated experiences and habits that shape who we are. However, the past doesn't define us. Each day presents a new opportunity to plant good seeds. No matter how many mistakes we've made, we can always begin again. Small changes, being kinder in our words, acting. True peace arises when we learn to let go of what we cannot retain. Accepting that life changes frees us from suffering and allows us to live more fully. This is the wisdom of acceptance, to flow with life as it is, without resistance or struggle. Life rarely follows the plan we imagine. From a young age, we are taught to fight for what we want, to strive toward our goals, and to resist when things don't go as expected. But how often are we taught the importance of acceptance? Buddhism teaches that learning to accept life as it is, without unnecessary resistance, is one of the keys to finding inner peace. Acceptance doesn't mean settling for less, nor does it mean surrendering to difficulties. Instead, acceptance is a state of clarity in which we recognize reality as it is. One of the greatest challenges in life is accepting others as they are. Often, we suffer because we want to change people, to make them more affectionate, to think like us, or to act in a certain way. But the truth is, each person has their own path, their own process, and their own lessons to learn. When we stop trying to control others and accept them, both their light and their shadows, our relationships become more harmonious. Acceptance doesn't mean we approve of everything that happens. For example, if someone treats us poorly, acceptance doesn't mean we tolerate mistreatment. Instead, it means we accept that person as they are, without expecting them to change for us to find peace. Instead of fighting against reality, we can decide how we want to respond to it. It's also important to learn to accept ourselves. Too often, we are our own harshest critics, punishing ourselves for our mistakes or wishing we were different. But self-compassion is key to well-being. Accepting ourselves doesn't mean we stop wanting to improve. It means we stop fighting against who we are and start treating ourselves with kindness. We become more at peace with our journey and progress. Change is inevitable. Throughout our lives, we will face losses, failures, and disappointments, but we will also find love, growth, and new opportunities. Life is a balance of both difficult and joyful moments. When we learn to accept both with the same serenity, we discover a peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Acceptance frees us from the burden of resistance. Every experience, no matter how difficult, is a stepping stone toward personal evolution. When we learn to see challenges as opportunities, we stop fearing them and begin embracing them as part of our evolutionary process. Nothing in life is by chance. Every difficult moment is a doorway to new understanding, and we simply need the courage to walk through it. Now, as we've explored the power of mindfulness and acceptance, let's dive deeper into how living in the present moment can help us find peace and clarity in every situation. How can we truly be mindful in our daily lives? How can we train our minds to stay present and not get lost in the past or future? Let's explore these questions in the next section. As we continue exploring the teachings of Buddhism, we've seen how mindfulness can transform our lives. But how can we make mindfulness a natural part of our everyday existence? Mindfulness is not just something we practice during meditation or in special situations. It can be integrated into every aspect of our daily life. Whether we're washing our hands, drinking a cup of tea, or simply listening to the song of a bird, life is happening right now, and every moment is valuable. The key is knowing how to appreciate it. Many people search for happiness as if it's something they will achieve in the future, when they get a better job, find the perfect partner, or achieve a certain goal. But the truth is, happiness isn't something that exists only in the future. It's found in how we live in the present moment. If we don't learn to be present now, we will always be chasing something that feels unattainable. Living with mindfulness helps us see the beauty in the everyday. It allows us to enjoy the small details we usually overlook, like the warmth of the sun on our skin, the taste of a well-prepared meal, or the sound of leaves rustling in the wind. It connects us to our